Welcome to Diet Starts Tomorrow, a podcast hosted by Remy Casimir and Emily Lubin. In a world where wellness can make you unwell and beauty standards feel anything but standard, Betches Media presents a podcast that digs into the emotional side of well-being. Listen as we shed our former beliefs that made us feel bad about ourselves. We're looking at you, toxic diet culture, and laugh while doing it. We're here to amuse your boosh.
Fat People Justify Being Fat should be the title.
Precisely. And these women are not fat, I should point out.
Oh, they're not.
In fact, I thought they would be for sure.
I was surprised when I saw it.
Yeah. In fact, Remy is a woman that we've actually reviewed on this show before because she has a podcast called How Come, about her trying to achieve an orgasm. And we reviewed that back in October of 2018, 5 years ago. We reviewed that. So I
was she married? Do you remember?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That would be bad. I wouldn't want my wife to put out a show called I Can't Get Off.
Yeah.
I followed in the bed and I can't get off. That would be bad. So, all right. Let's see. So Remy has just quit smoking weed recently. And she's trying to figure out what to do with herself now that she's not smoking weed anymore.
I replaced my weed rolling and smoking with making and drinking decaf iced tea. It gives something to do with your hands. It gives you like a little activity. It's fun. And also the decaf, like you can have it before bed.
How do you make it?
Yeah, I make like a big boiling thing of water. I put it in like a vat, like big Tupperware. And then I put like 5 tea bags in at a time, steep for 4 minutes. Add however much sugar you want to the hot, because for a little bit I was adding sugar to when it was already cold and that it doesn't mix as well.
Yeah, you want that shit to dissolve.
Yeah. Put it in the fridge, wait for like 4 hours until it's cold, add ice to taste.
That's slightly better than the spicy framing talk.
Hold on a second. The woman goes, I'm making iced tea. And the other woman goes, how do you make it?
Yeah.
How do you make tea?
How do you make ice?
Holy shit. Add ice to taste. Yeah. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard someone say. And thank you, John Russo. Yes, you're the one who suggested this for us. And I do appreciate that.
She's not married.
Add ice to taste. Wow. Okay. All right. So she's got another technique that she's been doing to help her quit smoking weed.
Do tell.
Yeah.
I think a lot of my smoking is an oral fixation, but also just to like keep myself busy. So when I'm feeling like the oral fixation, I'll just put my hands to my mouth and go like...
Yeah, I've seen you do that.
Yeah.
That really helps you?
Yeah. I don't know why.
It's just the act of holding something up.
Yeah, but it's nothing.
And sucking.
Yeah. It looks like yeah.
Now, I played that for you because there was something that happened at the beginning of the show that I wasn't going to clip. And then I heard that and I went, wait a second. So your recommendation is put your hand up to your mouth and go in order to quit smoking? And you think that that's a good technique or
Most
tip
people
you're
are
giving
not going to
people?
say, like, replace nicotine with nothing.
Right, yeah. It doesn't seem like that would be something that would work.
If I ever quit drinking, I would make sure to go to bars every night just to test myself.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. But the way this
you got to sit there and just do this with an empty glass.
Skull! Yeah. But, so this is what she's telling people. The way the show starts is with this.
Just a reminder that Diet Starts Tomorrow is a podcast for entertainment purposes only. It is not a medical podcast and does not constitute medical advice. Always seek the advice of a physician or a health professional.
No shit, Sean! No shit!
That's so weird, because last time I went to the doctor, they told me how to make iced tea. So.
How much ice should I put in it, Doc? Well, it depends on what you want it to taste like.
To taste, I guess. All right, that sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay, so then Remy has this other weird habit that involves Elmer glue. Don't even ask. But this is weird.
Yeah. So that, I mean, not everybody will want to do that. My dad is holding back so hard on not calling me weird for it. Like, he'll like come in at night and I'll be like doing the hand peels and he's like, okay.
Like, whatever gets you through the day, Rem.
Totally.
Her dad? She lives with her dad? I looked up. She's 34 years old. Why is her dad coming in the room at nighttime and witnessing this happen?
Oh, just
She's living with her parents still? What's going on there? So I looked up the company that's behind this, Betches Media. Betches.com here I have pulled up. And it says, we are the biggest and most powerful humor platform for women and the funniest people you'll ever meet.
Okay.
They are.
Do you think that's probably true?
Sounds like a wager to me.
Yeah, it's great.
I just think that if you have to tell people that you're funny as in the first sentence on your website, I might disagree. I might find a reason why that's not true.
We might.
All right, so she's talking about how she's quitting weed, and so some of the listeners are doing that too and writing to them about it.
But yeah, for me, it's been pretty good for that stuff. And yeah, I really appreciate all of the messages. Like a bunch of people have sent me either their journeys of how they stopped smoking. A lot of people stopped because of pregnancy. A lot of people stopped because of depression. A lot of people stopped because they heard the episode and they were like,
Wow.
They were like, whoa, I'm going through the same stuff mentally. Like maybe the weed is the problem for me too.
I hate the term journeys. What is it about? Am I crazy for that? When people are like, they're going through their own journeys.
Journey is the new narrative.
It's so annoying.
Your mental health journey, your wellness journey,
Yeah.
your this journey. Yeah.
When I was 19, I quit smoking cigarettes. It wasn't a journey. It wasn't an adventure. I just decided to stop smoking cigarettes.
It's actually pretty boring.
Yeah, it definitely was not a journey.
Once you smoked, now you don't.
No, I do not anymore. That's what it was. Okay.
How much iced tea did you have to drink in order to stop?
Well, I added sugar,
Okay.
but only when it was hot, so it would dissolve better.
Go on.
Smart.
We're learning a lot, aren't we, actually, now I think about it. I'm retaining all this information for some reason. Okay. So now we have our segment of the show that actually makes the show. It's the Dear DST. So they have listeners write in, and these two idiots try to give them advice, which is always great when people who have their shit, they don't have their shit figured out at all, and they do a show that gives out advice to women who probably need real help.
I just finished hiking the Colorado Trail a few days ago, which is a 500-ish mile road that took me 35 days to hike. Now that I'm back, I've realized I lost the weight that I had gained past my typical set point over the past year or two, due to a variety of mental and physical health reasons. I now fit in the clothes that I hadn't been able to wear for a while now. Think Regina George stretchy pants are all that fit me right now vibes.
Sweatpants are all that fit me.
Which feels good mostly because I had told myself after this trip that if they still didn't fit, that I was going to get rid of all of them and buy clothes that actually do fit. So happy to save some money. Hard relate. But beyond that, I'm having a hard time grappling with this change in my body. This past year, I thought I'd feel good if I could just get back to my typical set point range. But if it wasn't for fitting in those clothes again, I don't know that I'd even be able to recognize the change. And I still look at my body with so much displeasure in how I look. Fuck the society that created this internal monster.
Which is society's fault because...
So this overweight woman who fits in her skinny clothes again is happy about that because she was going to have to buy new clothes. No, you should be happy about that because that's what you should be back at your ideal weight. I would think that's probably a good thing. But I love the fact that she has to put in there. And I would love being fat if it weren't for society telling me that it's gross. No, you would still think it was gross, even if society didn't tell you that. Pretty sure.
Was there a question in there?
Hold on.
Okay. Sorry. When do we get to the fireworks factory?
It's quite rambling, I know. But
All right.
This is the second part of it. And this woman is a mental patient.
I really want to take advantage of my body already being fit and feeling strong and maintain some exercise activity, but I don't know where to start. I'm hoping if I can maintain some exercise, I'll be able to focus more on just feeling strong and healthy and less on the fear that I have of my body changing, especially because I'm feeling hints of more disordered type thoughts than I've had in a long time.
Well, don't talk to a podcast about it. Talk to a professional.
Exactly.
What's going on with this woman?
Also, how do you maintain exercise?
Dude, this is so fucking stupid. She's spending way too much time with her thoughts. My advice, get a drinking problem going.
Yes.
Yeah. Producer Chris and I tell everyone every week, you got to develop a drinking problem. It'll solve all these things.
Don't have a personality? Drink.
Right now, I'm not at my, what did she say, her set weight point or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
I would hope that if I walked for a month straight, when I got back home, I would be skinnier.
Yeah. She
I would
literally
just assume
said
it was going to happen.
she walked morning to night every single day for whatever it was, 35 days to go 500 miles. And then she's like, and I don't even like exercise. Like, well, it seemed like you could pull it off. Like, keep that going.
Yeah.
That would be,
Especially if you're getting results.
that would be my advice. But if you want a reason to hate these two women who are hosting the show, Emily and Remy, I got one for you right here.
Humans were very, very varied, like as a group, you know.
Very, very, very.
Very, very varied. It's true, though. And
Love the sound of their own voices.
Yes. And that chirpy quality I fucking hate. This is what I love about Lucy.
Yeah.
She looks like a woman. She talks like a dude.
When she talks, it's great.
What a compliment. What a charmer this guy
The
is.
chirpy and the lapsing into the accents. A lot of women do that.
Yes. Yeah. Because they think that's funny. Because they can't say things that are funny. Opie does that too.
Wait, but it was funny. They're the funniest women.
They're
the funniest people
that's
on the
right. I
planet,
The
forgot.
funniest people I've
They're
ever met.
betches.
Hold on a second. Let's pull this back up again. I got to be reminded. We are the biggest and most powerful humor platform for women and the funniest people you'll ever meet. Ha ha! Very, very varied.
Our fans are just the biggest.
All right. So we're going to talk about giving this woman advice because she's back to her ideal weight and she's all up in her own head about how do I say it this way? What do I do? So here's some really good advice here.
try a lot of different things. And then if you end up getting bored by one thing, move on to the next thing. And it doesn't need to be every day at all. Maybe once a week at first, twice a week, really whatever you're comfortable doing and really notice the difference. And I think if you focus on that.
So she's talking about exercising once a week. I've never heard anyone say you should exercise once a week. That's terrible advice.
That's how you get results.
Yes. Speaking of, I'm so confused. I just did this thing that got me these results. What do I do?
And now what do I do? Like, keep doing that?
Yes. Jesus.
It's so funny. She's like, look at what you need to do is you need to start exercising. You don't have to do it regularly or even at all. Well, no, you do. That's how exercising works.
I would like to subscribe to her newsletter.
It's so stupid. And this is also really stupid.
The hardest part of a workout is the 30 minutes before when you have to really hype yourself up to do it.
If that's the hardest part, you're not doing a workout.
Right. I think it was Chad doing the hype train. That's his workout.
And that's a long time to hype yourself up. A half hour?
Half hour.
If I'm a half hour out from exercising, I'm not even thinking about it yet.
Right.
I'm still eating lunch.
So I thought that was really stupid. And then I have one more clip on here. So this is this set point theory, this idea that we all have an ideal weight that our bodies should be, and we should know what that is.
The thing about set point, and we've talked about set point on the show before, which if you don't know, it's a theory that your body wants to stay in, usually it's a 10 to 15 pound range. And that's where it is most comfortable. So pushing below that proves to be very difficult. And then if you're not doing very much exercise, if you are eating intuitively, you should stay in that range. It's hard to know what it actually is if you're that much in your head about it. So
Totally.
like, you know, she's saying, oh, I just wanted to get back to my set point. And now that I'm at my set point, I don't even worry about the set point.
That's retarded.
It's hard to know what your ideal weight should be when you think about it. Well, I mean, if you think about it, then it is hard to know. What?
Yeah, just don't think about it.
don't
right?
worry.
Don't think about it. Yeah, just whatever. Who cares? What kind of advice is this? Exercise once a week, and who cares what weight you are? Great, got it. Thank you.
And both of our hosts are just such experts. One's like, oh, do you want to field this one? This is more you.
Yeah, right. I got this one. Don't worry.
Who are these podcasts